Hey, welcome viewers to another edition of Spouting Nonsense, a topical comedy chat show where comics impart their wisdom upon us. My name is Cerys Nelmes. I'm in Wootton-under-Edge in Gloucestershire, so that's in the Cotswolds for those of you that don't know. I'm going to be the host for Spouting Nonsense this evening, and I'll keep the conversation flowing as well as keeping order with the three comedians that we've got coming on. I'm going to introduce you to those in a minute. We're going to bring in one by one. I'm going to keep order of these rabble tonight. I'm telling you now. So I'm going to bring on first. You might recognise her from last week's Spouting Nonsense. Please welcome Dee Maxwell.
Hey, how are you, guys?
Oh, you still in Scotland?
Yes, I think so.
Good, you haven't moved.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
good.
in the middle of the countryside, which is called Ayrshire.
Lovely, lovely.
Quite a wee bit from Glasgow, but yeah,
lovely. Nice weather.
Nonsense from there.
Nice weather.
It's not bad actually. It's been really good, which is torture, obviously for obvious reasons. It's been really
Absolutely. Good. Bikini weather this weekend, apparently. Right, we're going to move on. I'm going to bring on the fantastic Karen Bayley next. Oh, in and out.
Oh, hello.
Hiya.
Hello. How are you?
You're in an unusual setting, aren't you?
Yes. I'm in Birmingham.
That, as well as the fact you live on a boat.
I live on a boat. This is my boat, guys. A little twizzle there. Yeah.
Is that where the magic happens?
All the magic happens. Well, lack of magic happens at the moment.
Yeah, I hear you, sister. I hear. And we got one more coming up now. We're going to bring on the fantastic Nick Page.
Hi there.
Nick.
Hello. I'm at the other end of Gloucestershire, the Cerys.
Yeah, we're like almost like neighbours.
Well, top end, whole county in between, but yes. So I'm on lockdown here.
It's the difference between working class and middle class.
No, I'm at the cheap end.
Of course you are.
And water gypsy.
I'm at the Hereford end. There you go.
The Hereford end. Fabulous. Are you all right? How's the week been?
It's been a good week.
Yeah, I had a wash today.
You had a wash, lovely. Dee, what have you been doing?
I've had quite a productive week today. I did too much though. I did do a show this morning on my own page, and then I did a Zoom challenge, and it was like a home fitness challenge with my friends on Zoom. So you couldn't do 2 minutes of it and then pretend you weren't doing it. So
I didn't know that F word you just used there.
Fitness.
Fitness. Yeah, no. Right, Ned. Right, anyway. Now you're all with me. We'll be discussing a whole host of topics tonight, from the obvious to the random. Why not get involved if you're watching at home or wherever you are? Message us, because we've got there's Wendy. Wendy straight away. Hello, Wendy's down in near Columpton, aren't you? I work for Wendy quite a lot. We've got Lucy, a comedian. So you can join in. Just tell us where you are. Oh, from Spain. Hola.
Hola.
This is what we want to know, where people are messaging us from, which is fantastic. So get involved, comment throughout the show, ask questions. We'll put the best across the bottom of the screen. If you know any of us on here, obviously say hello and how you know us, if it's not too filthy. I imagine some of them would be. And also, what I will say is us comedians here today. Hello, Lisa. Us four comedians, they're here tonight on a Friday night. We are all self-employed, full-time comedians. We're doing this because we literally have no jobs at the moment. We don't want you to feel sorry for us. This is just to keep us sane and to keep you guys at home entertained. But I will say now, if you can't afford to donate any money to the shows that we're putting out, then please do. The link is in the comments bit on the first bit of the section of this. If you can afford to donate, please donate. If you can't afford to donate, it's fine. We want you joining in. We want you contributing to the show. So just send us some messages and we can get them along the bottom there. Kerry Lee from sunny Scotland, fabulous. So we want to know where you are, how far away you are, whether it's sunny, whether it's rainy, and like I said, hello Nick, one for you there.
Dr. Alex Thompson, yes.
Absolutely, Dr. Alex Thompson. But he's furloughed. He's furloughed. I like this. Right. So what we will do, we're going to go on with the show now. We're going to start. We've got some topics we're going to discuss. Oh, look, Nick, that's good. We'll go to you, Nick, seeing your name's up there first. Now, Nick, anything you want to chat to us about this week?
Yeah, I was thinking about like people are coping with lockdown because we've got access to technology, to Netflix, that we can do these kind of video things. How would we have coped if this has happened 20 years ago? Like, how would your lockdown have been different in 2000?
Oh,
good grief. See, 20 years ago, I wouldn't have had my son, really. I wouldn't have had my 5 dogs, so I'd have been sat here on my own, probably going slowly mad. Not slowly, quickly mad.
Right.
well, I think you said something like the year 2000. Wasn't everybody expecting the world to end then anyway? So
1999 they were expecting it to end, and then 2000 it hadn't ended.
So maybe they'd think this is the millennium bug.
Oh God, yeah. No, if this happened after all that palaver, yes.
Yeah. How about you, Dee? How would you cope?
How would I have coped? I have to say, because I was quite a rebel when I was younger. So when that was 20 years ago, if that would have been now, I would have been one of those people that thought they were invincible and still doing what I wanted to do. And badly as that sounds, that's probably where I'd have been, because I wasn't a very nice, law-abiding citizen then.
We're saying this, like, Karen, you've got a good topic about, we're doing this, what are we occupying our time with?
Yeah.
Karen, what are your thoughts?
Well, I've actually got some props. People who know me will know that
Props?
props. You'll be impressed with this, right? People who know me know that I'm a massive football fan, and of course, I can't watch football. I have taken up cross-stitch. I know. Shut up, Nick. So this is true, right? But because my eyesight's going, right, I have to put my reading glasses on. Right. Hang on. I haven't
How are
finished
you
yet.
single, Karen, is beyond me.
And then I've got a magnifying glass.
Dear God.
Can you see it rests on my chest?
Hey, I could use that.
And then
Nick, you could use that.
Look, and then I can, Nick could use this for different things. And then I can put it, can you see, look, how clever is that?
I mean,
So, can you see why I'm single?
how old are you, Karen?
83 next month.
I thought so. That's all right then. That's good for an 83-year-old.
Yeah.
I will.
What, are you doing a cross stitch of footballers?
No, I'm doing a cross stitch of Bert.
Okay.
Oh, what's your
That's
team,
not a
Karen?
euphemism, everybody, by the way. That's my dog, in case everybody goes, oh, hello.
Yeah. They know it wasn't your husband. What's your team, Karen? I forgot what team you support.
I'm a West Bromwich Albion fan.
Jesus
Aston
Christ.
Villa, you said.
Oh.
Shut up, Nick. West Brom, and we're near promotion.
So you're not watching a lot, missing a lot of decent football then. You're just missing the game, the men in shorts, etc. I will just say, so on the topic of hobbies, we're all picking up hobbies. Karen, you said cross stitch. I've been learning how to crochet.
Nice.
Now, I'll show you. This has taken me the best part of a week.
Well, that's all right. I mean, whatever it is you're making for my kid,
What is it?
my kid's not due to be born till September.
Exactly. Well, this isn't. It was
Is it a
It's a
necklace?
necklace for my mum now. Because it's taken me so long. This is taking me a fucking week.
What?
I know. So it's right getting on my tits. Nick, have you got any hobbies that you've taken up? Languages or?
I know I've mostly been getting on with the jobs that I should have been doing, but I couldn't do because it was raining or I was away gigging.
Ah, there we go.
So
That's good. Like what?
I'm planting up all my vegetable beds. I've wired in new pub keeping. So I've got
where you were talking about living in the sort of cheaper end of the Cotswolds, you've just undermined that with your tasks that you've taken on. Beekeeping, I love the fact that you're beekeeping for one of your
I've now
friends,
been
which is
employed as a
fantastic.
beekeeper. So there's a mad German guy who lives a couple of villages away, and he's like a professional beekeeper. He's got beehives at all the fruit farms. He's stuck in Africa because he's gone out there to like get bees established for their fruit industry. So he's employed me to look after his beehives. So every morning I've got to go out for a couple of hours, check on the health of all the hives, feed them, and make sure they're ready to pollinate all the crops.
Nick, it's like watching an episode of The Good Life.
It's kind of like if lockdown had happened from sort of May onwards, I think we'd have been all right. Like, wouldn't have needed to go to the shops. I could wipe my bum on a dock leaf, so I wouldn't have had to hoard toilet paper.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
In and out. Dee, are you practicing?
And then we go
any
to Lost
hobbies?
Cerys. Cerys has probably become good.
Well, I started with moving into my house, even though I've been here 7 years. So we officially moved in and emptied boxes. I found my children, and once I got to know them, I do crocheting anyway, because remember I sent you some links. I actually do crocheting, and my comedy is quite controversial and quite sweary and quite chavvy. So when people hear that I crochet, they find it hilarious, but I actually do. I've done cardigans, shawls, and all that stuff. So.
This is the one thing, though, like, people are getting so much stuff done in and around the house.
Yeah.
What are partners going to moan about once it all goes back to normal? There'll be nothing to say. You can finish that and you'd be like, done it.
Well,
do that,
assuming, when do we reckon this is going to wrap up? Summer?
Oh, I don't know. No, I don't.
See, my wife's due to give birth in September.
I know. How's she coping with it?
She's absolutely fine with it. It's just,
Not worried
she's now
about it.
concerned. She's hoping it's all sorted out by then. She was like, well, I haven't got to go to all like the NCT classes and things like that. But so her concern is she's going to turn up to give birth without knowing anything about it.
Yeah, which is probably the
Like
best
she won't have
thing.
been to the classes.
I can show her. I can send her my photo if you want.
Yeah.
No.
I'll send that to Alice.
Oh my God.
100% no.
Oh God. I haven't had my tea yet.
Anything you want to chat about tonight? Anything going on? Anything getting on your tits?
Do you know what I was thinking about? I was wanting to know what it feels like. Imagine, right, that you're having an affair and maybe your partner's having an affair too, but you two are now in lockdown together and have avoided sex for a very long time, can't get to your bits on the sides, don't really like each other. What happens after 3 weeks?
Could you put a mask on them?
I was going to say, me and Karen were like, oh, somebody to have sex with.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
nice.
exactly. What's this word sex you're talking about, dear?
See, that's the thing for single people. I'm just terrified. I'm never going to be with anybody ever again. I'm going to die having not had sex for 7 years.
People will get out in Tinder dates with bread and milk saying they're taking essentials to a vulnerable neighbour to get a Tinder date.
So I was talking to a friend of mine about the way they controlled the illness, like the virus in South Korea. So in South Korea, loads of temperature testing, isolating people as soon as they showed fever, and then doing contact tracing. And when people were in isolation, they were tracking them via their mobile phones. And then people that were breaking quarantine, they were being put on the news. So people that were having affairs and they were like sneaking out of the house to go and fuck someone else, they were being put on the news because they were like, well, this person left the house where they were on lockdown, and then they went to this address and they were there for an hour and a half, and then they went to that was on the news every day, which I think is brilliant. Oh, sorry, Sam. Weekend.
Right, just 1 second. We have got another comedian that's just joined us. I'm going to bring him on now. We're going to bring on the fantastic Rich Wilson.
Yay!
Any minute now. Is he here?
Hello!
Hello, Rich Wilson.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm sorry I'm late.
All that shit. Look at that.
I'm sorry I'm late. How are we? We good?
Yeah, where are you
Yeah,
tonight?
grand, thank you.
I can't hear Rich.
Oh, can anyone else hear me?
I can hear you.
I don't know what to say. I'm in Leon in Essex, and yes, I'm sorry I'm late. We just did a pub quiz and it went on a bit longer than it was supposed to. Doubling up in quarantine. How mad is that? Yeah.
I've done exactly the same. So yeah.
Rich, how's things this week with you? Are you finding lockdown hard?
Been all right. We had one day where we were all a bit low. We've all been ill. We think we've all had it, and but we're dealing with it, and we've kept away from people. We're keeping our spirits up by keeping positive and keeping busy, getting those jobs done like you were just talking about. Yeah. All the socks are paired. Found all the odd sock. That's all done now. Yeah, it's good.
Now, Rich, tell us about one of your topics this week. What would you like to talk about?
I want to talk about, and it's on the lips of everybody. It seems the star of this lockdown has been Tiger King himself, Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic.
Oh,
now,
come on!
You're saying this is on the lips of everybody, but Karen, you've not watched it, have you?
No.
Okay, Karen, let me give you a summary.
I watched 3 episodes and get bored. It was too absurd.
That's the beauty of it. It's mad. It's mad.
It is. And like every episode, they introduce a new character who's even madder than all the previous people.
And you spell that, and you spell character C-U-N-T. I mean, every single word, the next person you go, there can't be a worse person than this in this program. And then the next fucking person that hose into view, you're like, they're a bigger twat than the last one. It's amazing.
Oh. The guy with the head helmet and the jet ski. I fucking love him.
Thank you, Nigel.
Oh, it's amazing.
So, did she or didn't she kill her husband, old Carol?
She killed him, definitely. Hi, Sam Hartnell. Definitely killed him. Definitely. Even if she didn't feed him to her pets, something happened because the van just magically turned up at the airport. And like that, even the police went, "Yeah, that's fishy. That's fishy, man."
The week he announced to everybody that he was going to divorce her, his office gets broken into, all of his papers get stolen, apart from the one document that says Carol gets everything, even if I just disappear, and then he disappears.
That unprecedented when it says that bit where it goes, if I disappear, that's never been said on a legal document before or since, and just suddenly, like written in biro across the bottom.
Karen, what you're missing is in this thing. There's a competitor, 2 competing tiger sort of rescue centres, and Carol Baskin owns one, Joe Exotic owns the other. And Carol Baskin's rich husband, just after he said he wanted to divorce her, went missing, leaving a document that said, everything goes to Carol if I disappear.
Yeah, even if I disappear.
A legal document ever in the world.
Did you spell disappear with 1 P?
Well, it could have been, And they can't work out whether she just got rid of him or whether she fed him to the tigers that she owned. Yeah. Where else would he be if the tigers didn't eat him?
It was the way she said it. She went, oh, what have we done? The way she looked at the sky, oh, ridiculous that I would ever think to do that. And then later on, she talks about how you would make a lion or a tiger attack someone's feet, like cover it in cover it in like oil. Sardine oil. You're like, what? People are playing a drinking game, and I've got to say weekend. So weekend.
There's another guy who looks like Mugatu out of Zoolander, and he's got like a harem of women and a crematorium in his backyard.
I know.
There's another guy. So Joe Exotic is like, he's got a mullet and he carries a gun all the time, and he wears like silver shirts. He stood as president. And didn't get anywhere. Then he stood as governor, and his campaign manager is the bloke from the shop that used to sell him bullets. It's everything about it.
Karen can't watch this. Karen hasn't got Netflix, have you, love? You haven't got Netflix.
It's not working at the moment, but it just made me think, right, isn't there a really fat tiger in the background going like this?
There's a few of them. Wandering around going, these fucking idiots. And Joe Exotic has been releasing he does his own music videos and does his own like country music. And there's absolutely no way that bloke that sounds like that. He sounds like that. I got tigers and I'm gay and I'm this. And then he's singing like fucking Waylon Jennings. What? Yeah.
Apparently Joe Exotic has now caught coronavirus in prison. Spoiler alert, he ends up in prison. It turns out he was like breeding tigers illegally and then shooting them when they got to 6 months old because he couldn't rent them out for photographs.
So just kill them, yeah.
And also, for a while, you could buy a tiger for $2,000.
Yeah, I know.
That's 400 quid each. We can do that.
Is there anything else apart from Tiger King? Is there anything else on Netflix that we need to keep our eyes open for?
Yes.
Oh, go on, Rich.
3 Identical Strangers.
Ooh.
It's about the.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. It's about these. They didn't know that they were triplets. And then one day, this guy starts at school and he turns up and everyone's going, oh, nice to see you again. And everyone's like, it's his first day. And he's like, what do you mean again? And then everyone's snogging him and, oh, it's so good. Oh, I love you. You're amazing. He's like, what the fuck is this? And it turns out he's a triplet. And one of them went to the school the year before. It's mad. And it's mad.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm never going to watch that, so don't spoil it.
Yeah. That's one to watch.
My recommendation.
Are you watching that, Karen? Oh, go on, Nick.
My recommendation is Last Chance University, Last Chance U. And it's about people that had sports scholarships in America and then fucked up.
Yeah.
So they've got to go to this community college and do like a 2-year course there. So they're incredible athletes, but they like either they can't pass maths or they got involved in a robbery or they got caught like smoking dope in the changing rooms. They are fuck ups. And the people that are trying to put them onto the straight and narrow are amazing. Their coach is the sweariest man on earth. And by halfway through series 1, I understood American football, having never understood it before. It's really weird. It's surprisingly brilliant, even though it's about sports.
I do like a bit of Netflix, you see. Just quickly, I will say, share the live link for us. If you want to contribute, you can message us and we'll put the best comments along the bottom of the screen. Also, like I said a little bit earlier before Rich jumped on, we are 5 self-employed full-time comics. We have got no work coming in at the moment. So if you can afford to donate any money towards this and Comedy Hotspot and Joke Pit that are also helping us run this, sorry, my nose is running for some reason.
I just like to take this opportunity to say weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, and also Nigel Baxter, Joe Exotic has now on us. I mean, obviously, Cerys is wearing one of Joe Exotic's shirts.
Any money, then the link is in the feed. Top left, lady. I love your top. Thank you, Danielle.
From Joe Exotic.
Danielle Bow is a family member. She's my best mate's niece. I've known her all my life. Danielle Bow.
Oh, bless.
Weekend.
If you know anybody that's on here tonight, just message us and stuff. Like I said, you can donate or contribute. Just send us some messages and we'll read them out online. So we were talking about, Karen, you haven't got Netflix. What are you watching on terrestrial TV?
Well, I do have Netflix, but Netflix won't allow me onto the site. So if anybody can help me out, that would help. Any tips? Or I'm watching Brickbox. I've got Brickbox, which is loads of old box sets. Yeah.
I love that one of like the big selling points for Brickbox was we have 3 previously unreleased episodes of Midsummer Murders.
They've got amazing dramas on there actually, and I'm working my way through all the old comedies like Ab Fab and things like that.
Yeah.
So, what else have I been watching? I've been watching St. Trinians.
Wow!
Wow!
Old St. Trinians, not the new.
Yeah, I was going to say this
one.
On the note you just made, Karen. Like where a lot of people are going to watch all the old stuff. Somebody's complained that it's not all the old stuff that we're rewatching now is not politically correct. Now, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, it is what
it's
it
of
is.
Its time. It's of its time.
Yeah.
It's of its time. They've been replaying Queer as Folk, which is excellent. Which even now, some of the sex stuff, you go, woo! It's yeah.
Karen from 3 Boats Down.
Can I just tell you what he did yesterday for me, right? We were doing this thing on a house party, and normally when I go to their boat, he goes and get the drinks in, and he went, I'm just going to get you a drink. And then he disappeared off the screen, and I heard this thump on the back of my boat, and he brought me a gin and tonic.
Colin.
Yeah.
My neighbours did that round here. I did have one come round this morning. She needed to borrow my unicorn onesie. Yeah, I know we've all got one. So I had to leave that out on the doorstep for her. And she popped round and got it this morning. So no contact needed. So yeah, all the stuff we're watching rewatching is being the youngsters, the snowflakes, whatever you want to call them, are complaining about it. What are your thoughts, Dee?
If I think of it now, right, it was of its time. Nobody was belittling anybody. That was the generation. That was the time. If you were to make something like that now, that's totally inappropriate and totally wrong. But that's taking away. That's like taking somebody's photo box and saying it's not appropriate what you're wearing in that box.
Yeah.
Away.
Yeah.
It's taking history. It's taking memory. That is inappropriate now looking at it, but of its time, it wasn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the same as what are your thoughts on then if somebody's made a comment on Twitter 5 years ago that something that wasn't completely
no, because if you're racist, you're racist. It doesn't matter. That's different. 5 years ago, a personal comment that's derogatory and racist or bringing down is completely different from a show that was reflecting its time.
Yeah.
Good
point. As well, I think with something like Twitter, if you put it on there, you consciously are typing it out. It's not like you've said a comment and it's been taken out of context or you've been misquoted. You've actually written it, so it's there in black and white.
Yeah.
There are things I believed 10 years ago that I'm embarrassed that I believed.
Yeah,
like what?
And there are ways that I behaved 20 years ago that I'm embarrassed that I behaved. So
same, absolutely same. Yes.
Yeah. 100%.
And there's stuff your parents and grandparents still say that you're like, you can't actually say that. Please don't ever say that outside.
Yeah.
What? I managed to get a battered sausage and chips tonight from the chippy. What takeaway?
You jammy person.
I know. Now, this is an issue for me because I really wanted fish and chips tonight, but my takeaways are the only one that's open is the Indian takeaway. They've decided to put their prices up because they're losing money because they're not a restaurant anymore, which fucks me off because you're still doing the same job. You're probably getting more business. You're not seating people. You're not washing up. You're not. You haven't got sort of staff to employ. You've got like the cook, and that's about it. But yeah, I want to know when people can start going into takeaways again. Surely, like a fish and chip place, you got one in, one out. Pay your money where you contactless.
Okay, so the chippy near me were going to try and stay open, and then they said they couldn't because they couldn't work in a way that meant that they were 2 meters apart, and they couldn't work out a way because of the layout of the shop of getting customers in and out safely.
That's it.
So they've gone to doing delivery, but they don't deliver as far as me.
Oh, I was going to say as well, McDonald's in other countries have stayed open. McDonald's in other countries have stayed open. They're doing drive-throughs and stuff, and all the ones in the UK are shut, which is devastating at the moment. No, I do like McDonald's. You know, when you want something when you can't have it, but like that, I think that somebody put a hoax up yesterday saying that it was reopening.
Yeah, I saw that.
No,
I got very excited.
I thought that was true. I thought that was true.
I think the best April Fool's hoax I saw was one that Honda did, was that because they couldn't deliver people their motorbikes, you could get a 3D printer pattern and print out your own motorbike.
No. Brilliant.
I've got to be honest.
Honda's the one that shut down and made loads of people redundant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Great joke.
So we're talking about doing stuff at home. Rich, you've got a topic, home cooking. Dee, you've got home hairdressing. So we'll touch on those. Rich, go with your home cooking first of all.
Well, I'm really lucky that I'm with fellow comedian Jade Adams, and Jade Adams used to work in a restaurant, and so she's one of the best cooks going. So we have been living La Vida Loca. Jade's even made kombucha. We've got liters of the stuff. Yeah, we've got a SCOBY and all the bits and pieces, and it's amazing. And I think we've got bread coming next week. It's happening. It's happening.
You've got all the essential ingredients then for kombucha and whatever else she's making.
Yes.
What are you thinking about? Like we're saying about takeaways being shut and stuff. What about all the online cooking programs? You're aware, Rich, of pajama cooking with Paris?
No, I'm not. I've been aware of that. I do apologise. But I know how to cook.
Send me a link to that with the comment, it's the fucking end of days.
I know how to cook beans.
You know what?
I've been cooking
I can
Go
actually
on, Karen.
hear it now. I can actually
You
hear
can?
it now, and I still
Oh,
don't
fabulous.
understand a bloody word he's saying.
What
What
about
kombucha?
kombucha?
Kombucha.
Yeah, kombucha. It's like it's fermented thing. I don't know. Jade's been doing it. I don't know.
Aid digestion and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really good.
And places like that,
It's really good for you. It's good for the digestive system. It's good if you had a really rough weekend when you've been on it all weekend.
Still not a clue.
But yeah,
So-
we've been
He was talking about home hairdressing. How long do you think we're all going to last?
Oh, get on this! Get on this! We've got Paul Sweeney, a fellow comedian, and he's our barber. He's also Rob Beckett, Susie Ruffles' barber. We got him living next door in the room in there.
So,
yeah,
isolation is the best thing that's happened for Rich and Jade.
you got to plan ahead.
Man, here.
I bet you're gutted. It's only just happened now. Yeah, go on, Dee. You what colour hair did you have last week?
It was kind of blonde with a nice balayage, and then we put a purple shampoo in it.
Yeah.
It's like the worst hairdo that you can't leave to get trimmed because it's going to grow out the way. You know what I mean?
I hear your sister.
It's very, and my friend actually went and got his hair cut from his friend, and they wore gloves and all this, and I'm like, you still broke the rules. I'm sitting here with purple hair. You still broke the rules, and my hair is my feature normally, and it actually took me all my time to straighten it tonight to look at least half human tonight for these, because I was even just leaving it. I didn't realise how much it was getting to me. I wasn't even straightening it. It was annoying me that much.
Are you tempted to watch any of those cut your hair at home YouTube
No, because I'm the
tutorials?
kind of person that will shave my hair on a manic day. I'll do that. I'm that person. I won't
Do it
carry it
now.
on.
Do it now.
Yeah.
Do it.
Look at this Scottish forehead. Imagine that with no hair. It's
Amazing.
I heard a hairdressing tip that said if your roots are coming through, you can use eyeshadow on it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they do that stuff anyway, don't they? Yeah, they charge. We've got we've got last 10 minutes. We're gonna see if there's any questions coming in from anybody else. Nick, anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, because we're all having to spend longer with the people we live with than we're used to.
Hell no.
We're having to spend more time like thinking about ourselves. Is there anything we've learned about either ourselves or the person we live with in these last couple of weeks?
I'm very tolerant.
Karen. This is a good one for Karen, because Karen, who are you living with?
I'm living with my dog, Bert.
Oh, what the? What's he done to piss you off?
He can't play Monopoly.
Oh my
He
god!
refuses to be the banker. He is shit at making gin and tonic.
Oh, you got Colin down the road for that though.
And he's really enjoying going for a run. When I get back, he insists on humping my sweaty shirt.
Oh!
He's got a dodgy heart. So I'm literally watching him hump my shirt, going, "Darling, don't! You've got a bad heart. You've got slow down."
It sounds like Jade.
Nick, what have you found out about Alice?
I think if it wasn't for the fact that the garden centre was shut, she wouldn't have noticed lockdown these last 3 weeks. She's just been out in the garden the whole time. I think she's having a lovely time.
Has she got any pregnancy hormones raging through the body?
She was really, really sick for the first few months, and so she's only just got her appetite back. But now that she has got her appetite back, there's a lot of cooking going on. Although I had a bit of a sort of buying, so I complained to a friend of mine that I couldn't find any bread flour in the shops because I like making bread, and she's got a cafe that she's had to shut, and she's like, "Well, I can give you one of the sacks of flour that we've got," and I was like, "Yeah, that'd be cool." And she said they're like big catering packs, and I said, "Yeah, that'd be fine." So I've now got 32 kilos of bread flour and no yeast.
Yes, you cannot get yeast anywhere.
No.
I've been looking for it for the last 2 weeks.
That's true.
I haven't got the yeast. I went at my local high street today into the baker's, and they're like, "Yeah, we've got yeast, but it's live yeast." And I'm like, "What now?" And they're like, "We sell it by the ounce." I was like, "No, I'm going to get in a whole heap of trouble if you start selling me that shit." I'll wait so I can find some dried yeast. Rich, what's Jay done to fuck you off?
We've been actually really good. We have, instead of when because like I say, we've been trying to stay positive and we've been keeping busy. But yeah, every now and again you have a bit of a low moment and a bit of despair, and instead of taking it out on each other, we kind of just sit there. We go, do you know what? I'm really fucked off, and I'm fucked off as well. And then we talk about it, and I know that sounds cheesy and shit, but it's actually done us the world of good. We just sit there and we talk about it rather than smash the flat up, which is really nice.
That's good.
Not very funny. Sorry.
Well, no, you're absolutely funny, mate. It's just what we're all living through at the moment. Dee, are the kids fucking you off?
Well, see, to be honest, I didn't realise how much a little arsehole my son was until he was 3 or 4 times. And I've realised that I don't like the sound of his voice. I don't like it when he wakes up. I don't like it when he breathes. I don't like it when he's there.
How old is he?
He's turned into this wee guy, this wee sweet boy that used to kiss me on the way into school, and he's got great manners. And I'm up tonight because he got a PS4, because apparently because of lockdown, he cannot survive with a PS3, so he has to get a PS4. So that happened. We got it set up tonight. That was cool. We let him play the game. That was fine. He started freaking out. I went up the stairs. I went, what's happening? He screams at me going, I'm dealing with it. Why are you here? Get out my room. And I'm like, who are you? And why is it now illegal in Scotland to hit your children?
See, I'm stuck with my son's 22, and unfortunately, or fortunately, I can't work out what the real deal is yet. My mum's here. She's 72. She's obviously stuck here. She lives in North Wales normally. Can't go home because it's a long journey. She'd have to stop at a service station. Then when she gets there, she can't go out and go shopping. And they're really both together, really fucking me off. But on the flip side of that, it's really weird because I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have to do some videos for online and stuff. And I go, Cal, can you put this dress on so I can film it? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, Mum, can you go and sit on the toilet so I can do this film? And she's like, yeah. So for some reason, they're just doing anything that I ask them to, which is fantastic. But other than that, I'm stuck with them.
You filmed your mother on the toilet for?
We were rationing toilet paper. Have you not? Oh, she was in the shed.
Have you not seen Cerys' video?
Yeah, OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, yeah, your mum's OnlyFans site.
For the last week, every time she's washed up, I've done a little 10-second video of her. I've just done a compilation of that today. So there's a 5-minute video on Facebook of my mum washing up at different times of the day and night. This is the kind of content people want, Nick. They're looking at me in a weird way, but this is what they want.
I am looking at you in a weird way. People don't want that.
You'd be surprised. I'll see how many people have watched it, and I'll tell you how many people want it. Somebody did say they've wasted 3 minutes watching it, to be honest. So,
I say who would be into that. Like 2 friends of mine have both done sex work for a couple of years, and the stuff they've told me is just amazing. Like a friend of mine paid for her conservatory by working as an escort for 2 years.
Amazing.
And she said, I was like, what's the weirdest person? She had a guy who wanted to be bathed in custard. So she booked a room in a hotel, filled the bath with custard, like was mixing up Bird's custard from the powder with the kettle, like 40 packets of it. He arrives, he sits in the lukewarm custard, she tosses him off in the custard. He then goes away, slightly custardy, really pleased with himself. She's now left with a bath full of custard in a hotel room that she's booked.
I thought you were going to say it was the wrong custard.
She had 2 hours to bail it out with a little bug into the toilet. Flush it away.
Amazing.
Danielle, how do we feel about Cheshire dancing in their streets to the Neighbours theme tune?
Oh my God, I fucking hate things like that. It makes me so ashamed.
Yeah, get in the bin.
Yeah, get in the fucking steam.
Nick, did you go and slap the NHS and the key workers or not? Was that something you did last night?
I missed it.
Oh, did you do it last week?
He hasn't got any numbers.
There are 14 houses in this village, and all of the people in this village voted Conservative. So, like, they've got no right to clap the NHS after they've voted to have it underfunded for 10 years.
But Nick, you live, and I've seen where you live now. Your nearest neighbour is about 3 miles away.
They have to light the beacon in the next village.
Yeah.
Don't play where we live.
Tap here.
No, right, I've got like proper neighbours. So there's an old guy next door to me, Alan, who's about 200 years old. So I did the neighbourly thing. I talked to him over the fence and I said, can I get you any groceries? And he was like, why? And I said, because of the virus. And he was like, what are you on about? And I said, did you not? And he's like, I don't watch the television.
Oh my
God. I just listen to my records. What are you on about? And I was like, well, there's this virus going around, and like older people are particularly vulnerable, so you've got to stay indoors for 3 months. And he was like, no, I've got to go to Cheltenham tomorrow. And I was like, well, you can't. Why do you need to go to Cheltenham? And he's like, I want to get a few bits and bobs, go to the bank. And
I'm going to say this quickly. We're going to be winding it up in a minute. What are you doing to stay sort of healthy, sane? I tried to do, I haven't done fuck all for 2 weeks. I tried to do something today. I put on an exercise video, 30 seconds into the star jumps. I pissed myself twice, so I gave up. What kind of exercise and stuff are you trying to do to keep you mentally strong? Dee?
Well, I've been actually losing weight from January. I've lost 4 stone from January.
Oh, well done, mate.
Wow.
And I used to be a gym instructor before I did comedy and stuff. That's what I did. I was a gym instructor, a swim teacher, and a lifeguard. But I put on all the weight when I left all that work. So I've been doing that. So I've been doing Zoom classes with a couple of my friends, and just you can get so many on that. And I've been printing off home workouts with no weights, but it's body weight, and it can still keep you to maintain. So we've been doing that together 3 times, and it's a laugh. And I mean, the folk peeing themselves. My friends have peed themselves while doing our exercises, which make it funny. I haven't personally, because I had cesarean section, so I'm not at that stage where I'm peeing myself yet. And I'm hoping that never comes, because it gives me the fear. Yeah. But my mum does it, so I'm thinking it's hereditary. But yeah, so I'm doing that. Plus, I've got a treadmill that I hired for £70 for 4 weeks, and now they can't collect it, so I've got it for the whole of the lockdown.
Karen, I know you're going for runs, are you, with Bert?
I'm going for a run with Bert every day, and then because I've really got into the gym. I lost a couple of stone last year, and I want to keep it off. And
well done, mate.
I was boxing. I was doing lots of boxing and stuff at the gym, but now I've got a gym ball that I've blown up. And the trouble is, on the wharf, right, I'm scared that I'm just going to bounce myself into the canal.
Well, then you can do a bit of swimming as well.
Yeah,
because I can't do it in the boat. There's not enough room. So I do it on the wharf. And then I sort of like get into a position, and then I slip and it just shoots off somewhere. But Bert thinks it's a bloody game. And I've got a skip rope as well. But I'm also wetting myself. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the way it is. Rich, are you doing anything, Rich?
No, I've got to be honest. We've not been well, so we've been. It's like honestly, I put the bins out the other day, and it knocked me out. I just had to go back to bed. Yeah, so once we get over this, we will. But at the moment, no.
No, Nick, what are you doing? Anything?
Gardening, chopping wood, walking the dogs. Country stuff.
No change at all.
Yeah, no change whatsoever.
Anyway, guys, it's been lovely chatting to you. I will just round up. Make sure those of you that have watched today, if you can share the link, that would be fabulous. That would be great for us just to get it out to more viewers and see if we can get as many donations in as we can. Like I said, us 5, we're all full-time self-employed comedians. We're all out of work at the moment. If you can afford the price of a coffee or the price of a pint, that would be much appreciated. Obviously, Nick likes champagne, so if you can afford the price of a bottle of champagne,
caviar,
petrol for his lawnmower.
I'm a greeny girl myself. But we appreciate you coming to watch. We'll be doing it again this time next week, possibly with the people we've got here, some more different people. Who knows? It's all a surprise to us. But just say goodbye to everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. Thank you very much.
Have a great weekend. Have a great weekend.
Take care.
Great weekend.
Bye.